Dude, you love Nixon? Bring it in, come on. Why are you here today?
Dude, do you even know who Nixon is?
Yeah.
If it was up to me, we wouldn't have no elections no more. Oh, Nixon forever, you know what I'm saying, bro? It's all about him. He's like, dude, he's like my idol, he's like my father. He's like the country's father. Dude, I think he founded this place. You know, in my world, Nixon is synonymous with God.
You know, the people of America want to express their love for President Nixon because of all he did for us. There can't be a better president in my mind. He's number one. Absolutely no comparison at all. So, we're here today expressing our love for him. We love the government. We love everything about it. We want them to have the power to do whatever they want to do. And that's okay with us because they've been everything.
This guy, Liddy's a real nut, John.
Yeah,
You know anything about him?
not much. They should be here any second though, so we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see what they have to say. I don't know if we're gonna end up doing any of this stuff.
Pretty crazy, but there they are.
Hey, how are you, fellas?
Hello.
Doing good? Come on in.
Hello, Mr. Attorney General.
Hey, Mr. Magruder.
Mr. Attorney General?
Gordon?
Mr. Dean.
What happened with your hand, Gordon?
Oh, I burned it with a candle to see if I could withstand the pain.
Oh, well, I bet you could. You gentlemen know Mr. Dean. This is John Dean. He's the new White House counsel. John, this is Gordon Liddy, and that's Jeb Magruder.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so let's get down to business. As you guys know, I'm stepping down as Attorney General and becoming head of the committee to re-elect the president. Now, I know Mr. Nixon put you guys in charge of collecting intelligence on the Democrats, so what do you got for me?
Alright, so our first plan would be to kidnap radical Republicans and hold them in Mexico until the Republican convention is over. Then we can also bug the Democratic phone lines, and we can create mugging teams to break up anti-war demonstrations. I think these ideas are excellent. However, I do have other ones that are even crazier than these.
This is ridiculous. How can we possibly endorse a plan that crazy? How much would that even cost? I mean, what?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Mr. Dean here. This is not exactly what we had in mind, Mr. Liddy. I mean, this is insane. Is there any way you can scale this back?
Alright, maybe we can consider scaling it down now.
We have to keep the break in though. We absolutely have to. It's going to work, I know it.
I still disagree. The plan will be a disaster. It's insane. It won't work out.
Yeah, I agree with Mr. Dean. However, I think that we could potentially keep the break-in. The break-in could work. I'm not going to commit to anything, though. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Alright, Liddy, we gotta go now.
Alright.
Hello?
Mr. Hunt, it's Liddy. The break-in's a go. You're gonna go into the DNC offices in the Watergate building. Call Mr. McCord and have him assemble a team.
Alright, sounds good. I'll keep you updated.
Alright, got it. Let's go.
Alright, you guys go in. I'll pick the door. Alright, let's go. Much.
damn it.
Hello, police. I think there's a robbery about to happen.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! I got two over here! I got him! Get up!
I'll search him.
John, it's John Ehrlichman. As head of domestic affairs, the president has asked me to destroy the contents of Hunt's safe.
Why? Have they linked something to Hunt?
The Watergate affair. One of the guys had Hunt's name written down.
Alright, I'll see that it gets done.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. So, I'm here to talk about the Watergate business. So they found a check on one of the guys, one of the burglars, Barker. It was money that's supposed to go to the committee to re-elect the president. Yeah, it'll probably be traced to Dahlberg, Ken Dahlberg. He's not even in here. Dahlberg's a businessman. I guess he wrote the check to the committee, and I guess through Mitchell it ended up going to this Operation Gemstone. You remember that, right? So I think we're going to need the FBI's investigating. I think we're going to need to get them off it through the CIA, I was thinking. We could tell Gray. I mean, Gray's interested, but he doesn't really have a method. He doesn't have a reason to call off the investigation, so... I think Mitchell did know about it, but he was under a lot of pressure. He didn't really know what to do. He didn't know the details of the operation. Yeah, I think it was Liddy. Yes. Yeah, I think that Liddy's head isn't screwed on quite right, but he was under a lot of pressure from Mitchell to gather intelligence on the Democrats. So I don't think we can blame it all on him, but the plan was a little crazy. Yeah, I don't think it was Mitchell's fault. I mean, you had told him quite a few times to gather intelligence. You didn't really specify in which way, so I don't think you could blame it on him either. Mr. President, I don't think this has anything to do with Bay of Pigs. It doesn't even relate. Alright, fine. We'll get the CIA to tell them, but I really don't think that taking the FBI off this investigation will help us. I think it'll hurt us more than it'll help us. Alright, I'll get it done.
Woodward, the Washington Reporter.
That's me. So you're with the FBI?
Yeah, it might be.
The break-in at Watergate, it happened 2 months ago. What can you tell me about that?
Alright, this is actually a much bigger deal than we thought. There's been money trails leading everywhere. There's actually a lot of people in the White House that seem to be involved. John Mitchell, the Attorney General, has a secret fund for finding intelligence, and it's part of a much bigger plan. It seems to be to spy and sabotage the Democrats. Also, there's been hundreds of thousands of dollars in the campaign fund that's funding all of this.
Jeez, do you think Nixon's involved?
We don't know that yet, but it might be a possibility.
The public's gonna need to hear about this one.
Know that every time we meet, you're putting your life in danger. So from now on, we can't talk on the phone anymore, and you have to make sure you're not being followed. Also, be ready, because when you publish these articles, Nixon's gonna come after you.
I understand.
Yeah, I saw the articles, and it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a pretty big problem. Yeah, I know you already won the election, but that doesn't mean you're safe. I mean, you could potentially get impeached, Mr. President. Well, I talked to the Senate, I talked to some people in the Senate, and they're getting a committee together to investigate you, to investigate this whole affair. You're not connected yet. You're not connected specifically, but this could lead back to you. We gotta be careful. Also, I think you're gonna need to do something about Mr. Dean. He's been talking with the U.S. attorneys, the prosecution against you, and I think he's giving them information. I think he's scared, Mr. President. I think he thinks he's going to be the fall guy for this whole thing. That you're going to throw him under the bus and keep him in jail. All right, I agree that you're going to need to fire Dean, but I don't think that me and Ehrlichman need to leave. I mean, they haven't linked anything to us yet. I don't think we're going to prison. I think we're fine. And now you're asking me to resign. I mean, I've worked here during your entire administration. I've helped you out. Well, if you feel that way, Mr. President, I guess that's how it's going to be. All right.
This is the official hearing of the Committee to Investigate Watergate, June 3rd, 1973. I, Sam Irving, presiding. Former White House counsel John Dean testifying. The hearing is now in session. Mr. Dean, are you aware of any perjuries or obstructions of justice in the investigation in this affair?
Yes, there has been an active effort in the White House to cover up the investigation. It involved former Attorney General John Mitchell, Ehrlichman, Haldeman, Liddy, Hunt, Magruder, and myself, among others. Nixon ordered the cover-up and ordered the halting of the FBI investigation into the affair.
So Nixon ordered the cover-up?
Yes.
Do you have any proof of this?
No.
This is the official hearing of the Committee to Investigate Watergate, July 13th, 1973. I, Senator Sam Irvin, presiding. White House Secretary Alexander Butterfield testifying. The hearing is now in session. Mr. Butterfield, are you aware of the installation of any listening devices in the office of the President?
Yes, the President installed a taping system that recorded all things that went on in the Oval Office.
I want those tapes!
We'll have order, prosecutor. As for you, Mr. Butterfield, the committee demands access to the White House tapes. Where are they being held?
They're in the White House, but I doubt the President will give them to you.
That's Archibald Cox. This is Solicitor General Robert Bork.
I'm doing my job. I will not obstruct justice.
No, sir, absolutely not. That's completely immoral.
Very well. Mr. Cox, you're fired.
You'll get impeached for this, Mr. President. This is criminal.
Mr. President, the press has already turned against you. The people are angry. Now that the Supreme Court has forced you to release the tapes, people will know that you're guilty. The House will vote to impeach, and the Senate will convict. I suggest that you resign.
So, I think you know why you're here today. Through everything this nation has been through in the past few years, I believe it is the right thing to do to pardon you of all you've done. Please sign this.
This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end,